Things might get weird.
Yeah.
Welcome to our life.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. What
Don't-
is that? What's it off of Little Rascal? Hello.
Stymie?
Is that Stymie?
I don't know.
That sounds weird.
Yes.
I'm going to have to look that up. Hello, Stymie? Anyway,
Hello.
good morning.
Oh, it's like
Grumpy
or something like that.
Yeah. We're going to have to look it up.
Yeah.
Hold on. Please hold.
While you're looking that up.
While you're doing it. Spinky?
No. It's like a funny.
Okay, keep going. Well, I'm looking it up.
So this morning, it's been a great morning. Honestly, at this house with 4 kids on a Sunday, dreamland.
Honestly,
Dreamland.
I know.
I went to the gym. I got up.
High five.
I've been awake since 4:30 this morning. It's daylight savings time. Woke up at 4:30 and I thought I did my...
Which is 5:30 then?
I'm on a new regimen, thanks to you and Ryan. What?
Wait, so does that mean that it was 4:30 but in your head or body 5:30?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is, it took me like an hour after I woke up to realize it was daylight savings time. Fall back. We fell back an hour this morning, which is fantastic. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I actually didn't wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Maybe my body's just trying to adjust early for the time change.
That's probably what was happening.
Coming.
That's probably it.
I would vote for...
I couldn't find it.
I would vote for the time just staying right here all year long.
Yeah.
I think I could get behind that. Enough of the time changes.
Yeah, it kind of messes with you, but also when the light starts to freak out,
It's going to get dark early.
It's but also waking up in the dark.
But it's going to get lighter earlier too, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's good. I think this will be good. I think I like it.
For all my morning people out there.
Not me.
I'm more of a morning person for sure. We were going to record this podcast last week, and Jess got home from church, and I'm like, I
was not into it.
I wasn't into it.
Wasn't.
But I've started this whole new regimen, so we always take magnesium.
At night.
And I've been on my hydration kick still going strong, hitting my gallon plus of water every day, which actually is awesome.
But
then
we learned on our trip that you would like pee all the time.
You just got to pee a lot when you drink a lot, typically.
I would think by now that you would it would be under control though.
I just sweat a lot. I sweat at the gym. I got 3 miles in this morning on the treadmill.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like your body would be used to it, and so you wouldn't be peeing all the time. Isn't that what it's supposed to do?
Maybe I just have a small bladder.
There it is.
But I don't know, dude.
I don't know either.
I peed for a really long time the other day. I was impressed. It was actually yesterday.
I've actually heard of people counting.
Yeah,
how
I've
long
timed
their
it. I've
pee
timed
was
it before
to try and get a record.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should try that.
Maybe we should.
At work, sometimes I'll get
Let's keep track. Should we make a journal of it?
I already journal.
How much you drank?
I journal how much I drink.
And how long the pee goes.
And then I sweat at night.
No, he's not into it. I don't think he's going to do it.
I think it's good to track things, but until there's blood or something, I don't really want to track it. I don't need another thing to track.
Okay, fine.
But I've been there was a video that came out, Instagram Reel, and so I heard it from 2 people actually this week. Okay. Ryan told me, he's like, I've been hearing that if you wake up between 3 and 4 a.m., your glucose levels, or is it low? Are low.
Yes.
And then you sent me that video, and the guy said take MCT, M for Mr., C for cat, T for, I don't know all the proper terms.
Troy.
MCT oil.
But listen,
collagen,
I was thinking.
But I only did 2 scoops of the collagen, not 4. Two. What are they called? Heavy scoops.
Okay.
Tablespoons. and what was the other thing? I took
honey.
Honey.
Raw
I didn't.
honey.
I didn't put the honey in there. I forgot.
Stop.
But I put it in a protein shake last night before I went to bed.
And
I was up at 4:30. I guess that's good. I don't know.
But 5:30.
But 5:30.
Your body thinks 5:30.
Yeah.
But listen, okay, you can remember the MCT because I accidentally went to say MTC.
The Missionary Training Center is different.
But it's different. It's different.
It's an oil. It's supposed to be good for your hair, your
go.
skin, and your nails.
I'm an association learner.
There you go.
Go.
It's the opposite of that.
It helps you sleep.
Learn it backwards so you can remember what it is
MTC, I bet you probably slept pretty good in the MTC because, like, you're like, go, 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 go. And then you crash at night?
Yeah.
See? Okay.
But I go now.
You're not wrong.
Could I go a little harder? Some
But,
days.
well, anyway.
So then we woke up, I got home, and the kids are debating Jessica.
The great debate. My kids actually, I got to hand it to them.
We really love you guys.
They're fantastic debaters.
We're not going to just sit here and talk crap about you all day today.
I got to give it. I mean, I think Jack actually got an award at school.
For debating?
Saying that he should, like, he would be good at debating.
Yeah, because he's...
So, but the problem comes when I'm like, I don't want to debate it. I already told you what's happening. Why are we debating?
It's not a mother trucking debate.
Yeah. So that happened this morning.
So to sympathize with our children, I don't go to church. I'm going to go next Sunday when Gwen and Taft do the primary program. What do I have? 6 more years of that?
Yeah.
It's a lot of primary programs I have.
Let's see how. No, not 6 more years.
Gwen's only 5 till she's 11.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have a tummy ache on the next one. So now I only have 5.
This is not about you.
I only have 5. I have a tummy ache. I have a tummy ache 2025.
They get it from you then.
Well, I want to sympathize for them
Debate
because I don't go.
All of the ways to get out of things.
Let me tell you this.
From you.
Listen right now. I don't go. I don't go. So if I'm like, hey, you need to go to church, which I have done, okay? But now they know the word hypocrite in the definition of that word, okay? So I got to be smarter than a 5th grader and tell them.
So what'd you say? What'd you do? What happened?
After I was done yelling.
Why do they make you yell before they start to listen, though?
I mean, did I lose my shit?
Hate that for everybody involved.
Yes, I did. Did I hit anyone? No.
High five.
High five. Nobody got hit today. I got hit with a little yell.
I'll take it as a win.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, it's one or the other in this house to get through the children.
Oh my goodness.
And the last hour and a half has been extremely peaceful. It's been a peaceful place.
But
and
why?
me and
Why
Taft
do we
made
have
up.
to do that?
Me and Taft made up. We're buddies again. But you know what we actually should do? I got to think about this. So here's when the attitudes come out. When we sleep in the theater room, we go to bed late, we video game. It's like we are punishing ourselves by letting them do these things. We bring it on ourselves.
Myself. Bringing it back to Little Rascals.
I want to sympathize with them because one, I understand. 2, it's boring. Church is boring. There, I said it.
That was one of the things that they said. That's one of the things that they said. It's boring, and I said,
it's good to do boring things.
Okay, well, yeah, and you need to find something that will teach you something of the day. Like, it's up to you to decide if you're going to learn something or not.
Attitude of
and
gratitude.
We had a whole thing about you're in charge of your brain and what you think, and we watched
what you focus
reels.
on expands.
What you focus on grows.
That's
we
right.
Had the whole thing.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And so I just said, hey, you know, picture me yelling here.
Fewer words.
A few less words. I just said, listen, I don't go.
Yeah.
And I think this is when they're getting angry.
Wait, focus on what you said.
Sorry.
I don't go. You keep talking around us.
I just said, hey, listen, I don't go. Your mom doesn't ask me to go. I can't really ask you to go either. But if mom said you're going to church, this we believe in freedom in this house, but right now we don't.
The rule of mom.
You do not get to choose.
No.
You do not get to choose. No, I didn't say that. I just said, I don't go. Mom, me and Mom have discussed it, but I did go on a mission. I went to church for 35 years, and I'm good. I am good now.
But you learned. You went for all those years. You studied. You learned. And then you can make
And
a
I
choice.
just said, if Mom
They
says
have
you're
not
going to
made
church,
that.
it's not a debate.
They've
You
not
go.
been there.
And if I hear one argument, this is my big idea that I had actually.
Go.
Let me finish because it's two parts here. You keep interrupting me, and I'm already having a hard time focusing.
Because you're doing this. Go.
I think we're done here. I told them if I hear one argument this morning, Taft has for the last 3 months has been grounded from the Xbox for like half of it at least, maybe more. And one of the things I said to him was, or I just said, hey, it's not a debate. If I hear one argument, one more debate or argument or someone getting upset this morning at all, I'm giving the stuff away. I was just going to throw them in the garbage, but I was like probably $2,000 worth of video game equipment that someone would appreciate to have. Well, now it's been used. I don't know. Let's call it $1,000. Let's call it $500. $500 worth of good.
Listen, I could think of a couple people that would probably.
I was
really
just gonna.
enjoy it.
I had a few people in mind. I'll just call them and say, "Here you go."
Yeah.
One of our friends took their TV out of their house, and I'm like, maybe that's a good idea.
Honestly,
Such a freaking waste of time.
But
Hold on, nope. You got to let me finish. This is my big idea.
Go.
I knew you were going to try that. That's why I had to prep you.
Go.
I said I was thinking we could just give them away on our Instagram. We're giving away the PlayStation because our kids are learning how to
share
and not argue with mom about dumb stuff. And I don't want to out one of our kids, but they were just angry. Okay. But it's funny, important. And he was like, we don't even know if Jesus was real.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That's an angry child statement right there. And maybe that's what he thinks. I don't know.
But no.
Hold on. And I said,
I'm not talking this episode.
yeah, this is about me. And I said, actually, just so you know, buddy, Jesus did live. It's actually part of our history. You can't debate that part. Jesus did live. I mean, you could try, but he did live. There was a guy named Jesus that lived. Now, if you want to debate what he did or didn't do, that's fine. But there's really smart people that are actually atheist or don't. Maybe atheist isn't even the right term. And I won't name out anybody, but I don't know. There's big leaders in our world that are agnostic that still can jive with the teachings of Jesus because they were good. And I think where we don't have good teachings about Jesus or we have these misunderstandings, I think men or people or religions have messed that up for him. He did a lot of amazing stuff and then he was murdered. So anyway, I just said that you can debate, but just so you know, just so we are clear on this, historically Jesus did live. We're all about facts in this house, aren't we?
Facts.
MAGA, Maha, all of the what? Don't make this about politics today. I was just teasing. Anyway, so now ever since I I didn't lose my mind. I just had a very stern conversation with a couple boys in this house and said no more of this. And we talk about our seasons of life here on this podcast often, and it feels like we've really entered the season of smartass and debate. And I actually, you know what? Speak your mind. Free speech in this house.
So that's the thing.
But do it respectfully.
Correct.
And so I did mention that. I said, enough with the disrespect, enough with the freaking bullshit. I'm done listening to the smart
I think
ass.
that's a
and I
good
looked at
life
one of them
lesson.
and I said, today's not the day, buddy. Don't mess around today. I said, do you have, and I actually left it open. I said, do you have anything you want to say or anything you want to talk about? Nope. I asked again, are you sure? Is there anything that you need to get off your chest? Is there anything you want to discuss? Because I don't want to just be yelling at him and then him
And then he's like, no.
And he just said no. I said, okay, good, thanks. And I left. And me and Taft are good. I gave him a hug. I told him I loved him. And I'll talk to Jack and we'll be good. That's a good thing about boys. We can just we're good. Sometimes directness is
I
where
think
it's
that
needed.
you need to do.
Girls, I don't understand you.
Yeah,
So.
I'll take the girls. You do the boys because I don't do that well. I did lose it a little bit earlier, and be
Glenn
like,
just looks at
"Come
me with
on,
her-
dude, freaking like." And then we had some powwows, and I talked to him, but you can tell when they're listening and when they're not, and when they're just like shutting up so that you can be done. So
Yeah.
so we did have to look at me, listen, Linda, listen.
Listen, Linda, listen.
Anyway, but I just hope we're not messing it up. I'm really trying, y'all.
I did the dishes. I threw a couple
know.
tri-tips on,
Baby, like,
and now we're podcasting.
he's winning
And
the
we're
day.
gonna. You know what? It's all about the meal prep in this house.
He's winning the day.
Oh, I have to tell everybody. Did I already mention the Yuka app? Yuka. Look it up and scan the food in your freaking pantry. I have eaten 40 bags of these saltine gluten-free crackers that you're like, oh,
but they're
gluten-free.
gluten-free.
These sea salt, it's not saltine. These sea salt crackers that you get at Costco. And I already know the dip's not good, but that's smoked. Is it smoked Gouda? Those smoked Gouda.
Oh.
I've eaten so many of those. Yeah. I scanned those freaking chips, dude. Those crackers.
And you like
Mucho bad, dude.
you
Mucho
like,
bad.
all of your beliefs in life just got crushed.
Yeah.
I hate that for you.
And then that's probably a good thing. I do sweat a lot. I'm probably sweating out microplastics and disease, hopefully.
Diseases.
Yeah. Are you going to get rid of your cold plunge, speaking of this?
No, I'm washing it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, that's why it's out there. I'm washing it so that I can.
Washing it in the first snow of the season this morning.
I know, right? No, I was so. Anyway.
I hate cold water so much. And I know that's why you're
Honestly,
supposed to do it, but I'm like.
But I've been doing.
I'd rather run
Oh, no.
6 miles on a treadmill than spend 2
I've
minutes
been
in
even. Like, I'll do
a
my
cold
workout in the
plunge.
morning.
Yeah.
And then because of cold plunge. So my cold plunge is not like a fancy guy. And people are like, just put ice in it every day. And I'm like, go buy a cube of ice every day to do a cold plunge? Like, probably not doing that. So I've just been doing cold showers after my workout. I actually really like it. It's refreshing. It is so refreshing. Anyway, so I've been doing that. It's nice. But now that it's getting colder, my cold plunge doesn't need as much TLC to be able to stay cold. Just leave it outside, put a cover over it. But I need to scrub it out because some other insects and dirt wanted to play in it.
Good news,
during
I
the
just
summer.
sprayed a bunch of pest control.
I know, so hopefully
literal,
Gucci.
actual good pest control.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah.
So it should be good.
Friend that sells
Anyway,
the good stuff.
so
but
I'm
the
going to do that.
Pest control. And I did spray over by your cold plunge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Had some
You want to rinse it off.
sacks going.
Spiders.
Yeah, it's fine.
We had a giant black
That's why I'm
widow in
letting
our
it kind
garage.
of sit. So I'm like, you're going to be dead, please. And then I'll scrub it out.
There you go.
So
Hopefully I got him.
we did have a black widow in the garage. What the?
That was what,
That was scary.
We started seeing spiders. They come out in the fall, right?
Yeah.
And we walked right over it. We were leaving one day to
Yeah,
go do
and it was
something in
not
Maddie's.
small.
No, it was a giant. That was like one of the biggest black widows I've seen.
It was so big.
So I sprayed
It was on our
all
steps, so
over
we
by
just
there.
walked right over it. We were in a hurry. So
I think it tried to grab us when we walked by.
it probably did. Did you see his little arm? I'm gonna get
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna get you.
It did that.
Probably. Anyway, wait, I have a couple good news.
Go
There was
for it.
such a cute story about Spaniards.
Is that recording, by the way? Phone?
Yeah.
Hit record on it.
Yeah, go check it while I pull this up. So, on that good news, it shows all of these people. It says, people for the people. After devastating floods, the community took to the streets with their own brooms, supplies, and food to help. Look at all these people. Like thousands of people took the stuff
is
from
that?
their house because there was a flood in Venice.
Oh, nice.
And so they just all, like, people that weren't as affected
Good Italians.
affected as badly just grabbed their shovels and their spoons and all their supplies that they just had. Like, literally, they have their brooms and stuff. And they're just going to help clean up. They're taking food to the people that got hit the hardest. Are you serious? I'm all about a community. Like, I think that is something that we need to work on a lot. I was telling Hayden, I know that a lot of people, when they leave the church, that's one of the things that they miss. But I'm like, how do we make that separate? Why does it have to be that way, that it's like you get the community if you're in the church, but you don't if you don't, you know? And so, anyway.
Well, if you're not going and participating, it kind of makes sense that you wouldn't have
Well,
that.
it's easier because you're seeing and you're being reminded of each other weekly, right?
Yeah.
Or multiple times a week. Like, I get that. But
Yeah.
also, like, you're across the street or you're right next door. Like,
Well, I actually made that. We were trick-or-treating this week with the kids, and I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, Weston asked me, he's
seen all
like,
these
do you guys
people.
talk to these people? And I'm like, literally the last time I probably saw them was when we were out here
Trick-or-treating
last
last
year.
time, yes.
Yeah, you just see each other at church. Like, there's ward boundaries for my non-LDS peeps, and you have a boundary, like it's by street
Of your
and neighborhood
congregation.
of the congregation that you go with. And like 5 or 6 years ago, they changed the boundaries in our area, so the people right behind us,
Literally in our backyard.
yeah, don't go to the same church building even that we do.
Yeah.
And
And we never see them.
yeah,
Except for, like, sometimes when we're each barbecuing in the backyard.
yeah.
Like, that's it.
Or a dog gets in our backyard and theirs that shouldn't. Remember that?
That was the weirdest thing. I wake up, it
That
was
was
like
so
2
funny.
o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden we have a black lab in the back of our yard.
And his friend was on the other yard.
We are fully fenced in, and his friend is in the neighbor's backyard, who was fully fenced in too.
Yeah. They were climbing fences, these dogs.
Which then made me freaked out, like, is somebody letting you in here? Are they trying to lure us out? This is the plot of a murder mystery. Like,
And luckily-
what is happening? Luckily, they
Just woke up.
jumped
She's like,
in.
there's something in the backyard. And I'm like,
I thought maybe a deer, because I heard a thud,
oh, yeah.
and so I thought maybe a deer, like, jumped the fence or something. No. Black lab.
Lab.
And his little golden doodle buddy.
There are some nice bucks that.
But I tried. Here was the deal
Bruise the
too.
neighborhood.
Is we opened our gate to let him go out, and he wouldn't because his buddy was on the other side of the other fence.
Yeah. He
And
kept,
so he wouldn't leave to go get his buddy, like, out the front because he was in the back. Anyway, so it wasn't until the neighbor let the other dog out of hers that came around,
got his buddy.
and then they headed off.
Well, and the whole reason, it was like 2 in the morning, 1 or 2 in the
Yes.
morning, and she came outside to let her dog out to go to the
go to the
bathroom.
bathroom, and there's
I'm
a
like,
dog out there.
hey, we have a dog and you have a dog that's not ours. Can you, what? Can
Let
you?
him out so that they leave us all alone.
Yeah. And she did, and it was nice.
I felt bad. Because he wasn't leaving too, so I just, like, put water out there.
Yeah, he was just
I'm
sleeping
such a
on her.
good human.
I was the one that said it. You have no
I don't.
love for dogs. And our children have been begging for one. Hold on. This is where life it gets interesting in our house.
So the next thing
Stop.
we need to talk
Stop
about-
everything. So if it's my idea in this house, it's bad. Hold on. I got to sneeze first.
Naturally, you were. You
I just sprayed it all. I just showered us
didn't
all.
just come back at you.
I shot it straight. Guaranteed we're just getting. I'm really sorry. I should have. Usually I do it in my shirt. I couldn't. I was like, this is. Oh, it's coming. It was.
It's
hit me.
happening.
Came fast.
Something's happening.
Never mind.
Keep going, please. Please keep going and do not say what you have in your head right now.
So
I just
listen,
know.
guys. I have brought home 2 dogs. One that Jess approved of, and neither of them lasted more than one lasted a week or 2. A week. Let's call it a week. The other one lasted a while, and Jess has been on the no train for dogs. We love dogs.
Yeah, it's not that I don't
Other
like
people's
dogs.
dogs.
It's that I don't want to. I'm just not in this phase of life where I want to take on another being to be in charge of keeping alive. Not into it right now.
Except for, you actually did think about this for a minute, and I was like, if you get a dog, you will be the one taking care of it.
I promise you, I didn't.
I feel
promise
like you were
I was
actually
letting
thinking
it
about
go.
it for a
Anyway,
minute.
let's not talk about that
I
because
think you were.
it involves other people other than people in this house. So let's.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't do dogs.
Well,
The first one.
There's nothing there. The kids want a dog, and I'm like, and Maddie really wants a dog, and I'm just like, she will, if she moves out for college in a year and a half, you will be the one taking care of that dog for 10 more years.
But also my other thought too is that I feel like our kids need to be going and doing it's good for them to, like, get out and to be involved with things outside of the home too. Right?
Having a responsibility, is that what you mean? Like
No.
with a dog or what?
No. Like, not like socializing. Like you said, we need to get off of the electronics and go play.
Yeah.
Right? And so to me, I'm like, okay, this is just one more reason. I like having my kids home, but it's just one more reason to hunker in home. Like, I think,
if the dog's here.
Yeah, if the dog's here, then we're just here with the dog. We're not out socializing and not out.
It'll only be that way
doing
for
things.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but that was the point of, oh, if we get a dog, then it'll help.
I vividly remember Maddie picking up dog poop in the backyard after Chubbs and gagging,
gagging.
dry heaving in the backyard. And I'm like, you seriously think you're going to freaking want to?
Yeah.
She's like, I'll just do it. I'm like, for how long? Long?
She actually did pretty good.
And then at least Gwen's honest. Our 5-year-old, I'm like, listen, dude, this is all the stuff. I'm like, you have to pick up its poop. You have to bathe it. They get dirty. Then if we leave town or do anything, we have to find someone to watch it.
It's the hardest.
You have to put other people
Honestly,
out.
that is one of the biggest factors for me, is having to like find somebody else to.
And when I told her about the poop, I think she said something funny. But anyway,
she's like, yeah,
she realized that she wasn't going to do that.
I'm not picking up.
Yeah. Like, they poo, dude. And then when you're training them, they poo in your house. They pee in your house. It's a never-ending cycle of dirtiness.
So we're just not doing dogs at this time. Maddie got a fish. That's probably the extent of my.
Do you think that was her just trying to warm you up to a dog?
No, it was for a school project.
She's done pretty good with
She
the fish,
literally
but-
came home and said, I need to get a dog. It's for a school project. I said, absolutely not. Sorry, you're going to fail.
You're going to fail.
I hate that for you.
Yeah.
You should probably switch classes now because you're not getting a freaking dog.
You drop out of high school this moment.
Immediately. Abort mission. Okay, well, let's talk about the topic. Let's get to topic now that we're almost 30 minutes in.
We can leave it here if you want.
No. Okay.
Just
We
know
want to
that,
do a little recap.
just know that if you have other people to take care of, that sometimes you have to yell at them. That is the moral, of this episode.
Whole.
Sometimes when you yell and have a little conflict, the resolution brings you closer together.
Yeah.
Let it be known.
Let it be. Let it be. Anyway, babe, what did we do a couple weeks ago?
Bruh, it has been a whirlwind. We're actually at the end of the whirlwind now.
Yeah. Now
I can finally start getting back into my regimen,
I love that for you.
my schedule. But dude, have we not had, like, I sat in a goal setting retreat on Friday, which was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I wish everybody could do that, and I know they don't, but we cover all the 7 areas of life, from like job and finances to fun and all the areas of life. Relationships is huge. And then you set goals for the year on what you want to do in those areas of life. And you'll find that usually 3 or 4 of them you juggle pretty good. And then there's 2 or 3 that you didn't do as well on. And I think that's pretty normal for everybody. Yeah. And I haven't been as good at reviewing my goals over the past year, but I've had, like, I think it's good to just revisit that. And so we get a book that comes with it, and then you have your goals, and then you set them each month in the same book, and you see how you did last month, and you actually grade yourself on how you did. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But I realize, like, this year we've gone overboard on fun and travel, but I think this may go down as like one of the most fun years of our lives so far.
For sure.
Should we have done every trip that we did? I mean, time will tell.
You only have one life.
YOLO, bro. YOLO. Do we regret any of them? No. Absolutely not.
Actually, even
0.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's why should we have done them?
Well, I wish I had his name in my head. I think it's on my phone. I wrote it down. Right. There's a guy that did a TED Talk that talked about people have it reinforced our belief on trying to spend money on vacations during Christmas. We plan a trip for the year based out of Christmas. Did we take our trip earlier this year?
Yes, we did.
That we were going to give them for Christmas? Yes.
But it's something that they wanted to do.
Yes.
That's why.
It is. But he talked about, like, they did that relationship study on where they followed up with people throughout their lives, and what happened and who were the happiest. And it was people that had the best relationships, and you can live longer if you have good relationships. And they found that they were happier when they spent, I think it was something along the lines of they were happier when they spent time and money on memories than it was on like the things that they bought.
Yeah.
And then we went through like all the 5 regrets of the dying. You can Google it. But anyway, just all that type of stuff. And the 2 guys that ran the event had just gotten back from a big Tony Robbins. They're like in the platinum group with Tony Robbins, if you know who he is. I'm surprised at how many people actually don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But, and so that was kind of cool to hear a lot of the stuff that they learned there, and they kind of mixed it in with the different areas of life. But anyway.
So what did we do a couple weeks ago?
We went with our good friends who belong to Club 33. We trick-or-treated like psychopath adults.
So we went to California and did all of the Halloween fun things that they've got going in California.
Yeah.
California has a lot of good like hot spots, right? So we took a weekend and went and did some of those things. So, but first of all, we headed out. So it was a couple's trip. There were 4 of us. We headed out, and our flight got delayed by like, 4 hours?
Yeah.
And then we sat on the tarmac for like another hour.
We did, yeah.
So it got delayed, but luckily, because we have cool friends, silver lining, we got to do something that I've never done.
We've done that before.
Not at this airport. I've not.
Oh, maybe not in Salt Lake. But when we went to Hawaii, I was Diamond with Delta, and we got into the Sky Lounge in LA, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I know we've done it at least once.
Delta
but yeah, Sky Lounge, we got some free food and drinks.
So we didn't just have to sit like
it did help pass
waiting
a few hours of time.
Yeah.
Really.
So that was cool.
I lost my slippers, sorry. I wear house slippers. I'm a house slipper guy.
I know, me too. Anyway, so we got to do that. So we started off the trip right. Freaking getting up there, hanging out with the cool kids, feeling like we're cool. Anyway, then we flew in, but we were like 5 hours behind on our schedule. So it was okay, though.
Yeah.
We just checked in and went immediately to...
Flew into Long Beach, good airport to fly into.
Disney.
We went to...
Oogie Boogie, they have this.
It wasn't Disney, it was Hotel or California Adventure. Almost called Hotel California.
Yeah, so they do the event. It's an after hours. So like they close down the public, whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever was there for the day. And then this is separate. And you go and you do Oogie Boogie. And they have all of the villains come out. They do a villain parade. There's even on the Tower of Terror. What is that one?
Oh, yeah, they mix that up a little bit.
Yeah, they changed the video on that, so it's a little bit different. But then it's just, I love the attention to detail that Disney has. I love it. And everything is changed over. Everything is decorated Halloween. So it's just fun to see all the differences that they can make. I love Cars Land. That one's probably my all-time favorite in general.
Mm-hmm.
And then they switch it to be Halloween, and it's like the cones are huge, but there's these huge cones that they turned into jack-o'-lanterns, or they had like pumpkins made out of tires. Like it was so cute, so cute. So that's some of my favorite. And then we got to do Cars at Night again, which is a favorite. We did. I didn't get to do the Incredicoaster when we were there last, because it was like shutting down or whatever. So I got to do that. But so before we talked about when we were talking about going.
Oh, and we retook a picture on the bridge from our honeymoon.
Yes.
It was so cute.
It was cute. So, but nobody wanted to dress up with me. Everybody was kind of being bummers. Plus, we ended up not. Well, she had those like fake tattoos. That was the Oogie Boogie, and that would have been so cool. But we didn't have time to have her put them on. You
were gonna put them on too?
No, she was gonna put them on. That was her like.
She just did it the next day or something.
Yeah, she ended up doing it. And they were cool. They were really cool. People like kept asking about them. But it would have been cool if she was able to have them. But nobody wanted to dress up, so I just ended up doing like I got some ears and a little outfit that kind of it was more of like a what you would normally wear to Disney type of outfit, as opposed to like dressing up And then I told Hayden, I said, just wear black and white. Just wear black and white. So we can
just wear
post
black.
Those. I said black and white because mine was black and white, and then we'd still match, and then I'd be okay with it.
I'm actually in all black today too. Look at me.
That's why I knew
Keeping
I
up
could
the
get
tradition.
you to do it.
Yeah, I'm not a big dresser-upper for Halloween.
No,
It's not my
but
favorite
I was
thing.
like, we're going to Disneyland
I don't like to freaking
for
dress
Halloween.
up and play that game.
So
It's not my
anyway,
favorite.
so I did ish because nobody else was going to do it with me. So I still was like, I'm still doing it. I don't care. I was just me. So we went to that, and it was really cute. And we trick-or-treated for the first time since we were like, when was the last time you trick-or-treated? How old were you?
Maybe between 10 and 12 years old. And I feel like that would be old.
What?
10 or 11 was probably the last time I trick-or-treated.
For sure, I went till I was like 16.
You did?
I absolutely did.
Proud of you.
I freaking love dressing up.
Super proud of you.
I love doing the thing.
Yeah. Some of us had to grow up a little earlier in life.
So good.
Oh, happy
I
for
loved
you.
it. You know, you're welcome. Sucks to suck. Just kidding. No, yeah, I for sure. I was older. I was definitely older and on the cusp of should we be doing this?
Yeah,
and I did.
You stopped like
I
3
still
years
did it.
before that.
I still did it.
All right. Well, you're a girl. For some reason, it seems less weird.
Hate that.
Yeah.
Hate that for the rest of you. Maybe you should be a girl.
Maybe not. Do what you want.
Just kidding.
Who cares?
The one perk of being a girl.
No, you know
Okay,
the other
so then
perk is you
what?
could go to Disneyland by yourself and it wouldn't be weird. But if a guy goes to Disneyland
That's
by themselves,
actually not wrong.
you're right? I heard someone breaking it down the other day.
That's actually
pretty
not
funny.
wrong.
Yeah.
You're right.
Do I know people that have done that are of the male origin that have? Yeah, I do. And they have told me that it was weird. Yeah.
But you don't really like Disneyland, so
Kind of
like
funny. You know what?
Doesn't
With the
work
right
for-
people in the right way, I do like Disneyland.
it worked out.
I'll say that.
We
it's pretty
cracked
fun.
the code.
Yeah. Get friends that have Club 33 passes.
We didn't even go
We
to the
don't-
club this time.
Both places we went, so we did that. Then the next time we went to Universal Studios, and I have to say, I was actually super impressed with
Which was
Universal.
HHN, Hollywood Horror Nights, which
Horror.
remember,
Horror
not
nights.
horror.
Horror nights. And that was, it's been 20 years since I've been there.
It could probably
More.
not tell you.
I think
yeah, probably that, at least for me too.
Yeah.
But remember, we talked about this too, that I was scared out of my ever-loving mind. I survived.
You did it.
You guys,
Proud of you for that too.
can we get a clap? I don't know which button it is.
But yes, people are
Thanks
clapping
for
for you.
Thanks for clapping for me.
Yay.
I did it. We survived. I have some tips and tricks on how to survive. First of all, did I find an all jean suit?
Yeah, let's see. Wear a snowsuit.
That was a double duty
bulletproof
because
vest.
nobody would tell me if they would touch me or not. And I was not going in there letting them touch me and not having some sort of barrier. Okay. So I found this jean suit, Target, which I won a gift card to Target at Bunko. So win-win, got myself this jean suit. Okay. So it was all jean and it looked it gave, is it Mike Myers? What horror movie is that? I'm not a horror movie person. Anyway, where he like dresses up in his full onesie suit.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Mike Myers, Halloween.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was giving that vibe.
Yeah.
And so I was like, perfect. Double duty. If somebody touches me, I am covered. And I got to dress up again. I got to fit the part without being too weird.
In a jean suit, you were dressed up?
That was my dress up.
All right.
Because I was like Mike Myers-y.
Nobody
horror.
thought that you looked like Mike Myers in
Right.
there. But
In my
okay.
head, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, but in my head,
If you want to dress
I
up,
did
just
the
dress
thing.
up, you freak.
I did. So anyway, so we went. Nobody touched me. Good news. Nobody touched me, but I felt a little bit of a barrier safety net. My other barrier safety net was this guy.
Yeah, dude.
I let him go first. I let you. I'm so nice. I let
Yeah.
you go first. And the first time, I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean it.
You wouldn't
But I
stop. Even
grabbed
after I kept telling you, I'm like, you are giving me a wedgie right now.
I held onto his pants, and then I could shift him wherever I needed him to go. He was my human shield. It worked out so good.
Dude.
It worked out so You had so much fun. You lived every second.
So they had, was it
So-
10 haunted houses?
8.
8? There were 8 haunted houses.
I was going to survive. That had to have happened.
Some of them were themed after a movie. Others were just like a scary theme that were inspired by who's the Weeknd had a couple haunted houses
Just
there.
one.
I think was it just one?
Yeah.
Not
he's
two?
done. No, he's done one years past that Ryan was telling us about.
Oh,
this one,
he's like must be in a Halloween or something. But we actually started. We did them. It was super impressive. The makeup was impressive. They had a quiet place haunted house that even the aliens or whatever they are from that they had made the aliens and they looked really awesome.
Yeah.
Like they could have been used in a movie set.
Yeah.
And the makeup on the people that were doing the haunted houses was freaking 10 out of 10. And it makes everybody's Halloween costume look lame when you come back because you're just like,
sure.
dude,
Like,
these guys like nice
amateur.
Yeah, amateur.
Freaking amateurs.
Nice freaking outfit.
But you want to know my tip number 3?
She was grabbing the back of my shorts I had shorts and a hoodie on, and she was grabbing the back of my shorts with her and my underwear with both hands. And she would freak out and pull back or try to steer me. And I'm like, dude, you are giving me a freaking wedge right now.
So then I didn't.
Get out of my pants. Get out of my freaking shorts. No, you did too. Like two or three more times. Yes, you did. I vividly remember this. I'm like, Jess, you're grabbing him again. Get out of my freaking pants. I was having to tell you that. It's crazy. But yeah, lots of jump scares. Some of them were like a little more mild than others, but one of them, I've never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Maybe that's what we watch today when you get home from church.
Okay, that seems
Offset
like a fantastic
but
Sabbath day movie.
Ryan told me before we went that some of the houses have like smells to the scenes or whatever. And he told me that there's supposed to be like one that has like a throw up smell in it, which is awful. But luckily it wasn't like overpowering. But when we got to that room, I'm like, this is that room, right?
Yeah,
like the room smells like freaking vomit in here.
Okay, let me give you tip number 3.
Go for it.
Okay, 1, proper attire. 2, human shield. 3, I didn't look up. I wasn't looking at the details that you guys kept talking about. You're like, oh my gosh, did you see that? And I was like, absolutely not.
Are you serious? You didn't look and see any of the cool stuff? It was it was seriously amazing. The Ghostbuster one, I'm not a huge Ghostbuster fan, but it was amazing. Like that. Yeah. That one was amazing.
That one I wasn't as scared as. I think I went first on that one because it was one of the last ones and I'd figured out all my tricks.
And they have all these like they spend millions and millions of dollars on these sets apparently, and they start them way early. Like in a few months they'll start building these sets again.
But wouldn't they be like some of the props from the shows?
I think some of them are, but others aren't.
Okay.
But anyway.
Human
shield, proper attire.
I think I learned my lesson the first one. We went to the...
what was your third one?
I don't look.
Oh, yeah, close your eyes.
Oh, fourth.
And you're going through in a line of people.
I didn't have my eyes closed.
And so you kind of see like
I just wasn't like looking at peripheral attention to detail.
Like there would be something that like just looked like a wall. They did a really good job. It would look like just a wall, or it might be a window that was like all blacked out, and then
somebody pop at it.
Someone would just open it and get in your face, and so it was more. It was a lot of
jump scares.
Yeah.
The one we took this train ride down to this little village.
Oh yeah, we gotta post that picture. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
the dude with the knife was staring right at me, dude. I was the one getting murdered in the group.
You leaned the wrong way though, so it looked weird. So it looked like
I leaned towards him, so he's like, "This is the guy."
He's like, "I'm getting this one." That's true. That's true. So we get down there, and then they have all the characters that were like lined up, and
it was Megan, the AI robot chick.
Megan and a whole bunch of the guys from Purge, right?
Oh, is that what it was?
So vision that. I don't know if you watch scary movies, but try and vision what's happening there. I'm sure you've seen at least the commercials. They're lined up as you are getting off of the bus. I'm so glad that I was like on the furthest inside, so I got off last. She says something.
She's like, "Welcome in," blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden all the chainsaws fire
and then
up.
she's like, "It's
like
time
12
to purge,"
chainsaws.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And they all start attacking. They came right at you. Oh, that was the freakiest part.
Yeah,
that was so scary.
Yeah,
and then I learned that if you don't react, then they'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
So I learned that too. But they had a place that was like in the main street of Universal as you would like come in, where people were with the chainsaws at all times. I got a video of that. I'll share that. But at all times they were just coming and going,
they're
and
called
like scary, like
scare
a scary
zones.
lane.
Scare zones. So once you hit a certain area, then they have people
Constantly
scaring
coming.
you. Yeah, you just hear chainsaws, and then there was that girl we took a picture with that.
Oh, she had these
freaky.
contacts that were like filmy, and
Yeah,
it was almost like a grid film. It was weird.
it was cool.
But she was good, actually.
She was good.
We
You know
watched
what it
her
reminded
for a
me
while.
of was the
She was good.
Thriller, the Michael Jackson Thriller.
Oh, yeah.
I kept thinking
But
about.
we were in like what's the Day of the Dead type area.
Oh yeah,
And so that's what she was. It was like, I think I heard somebody saying something about how she had lost her daughter, and
Yeah.
she was like also unalive herself. But anyway,
she was a
mourning her
zombie
child
kind of looking lady.
thing.
It was cool.
Anyway, it was pretty dang creepy, but I survived. I feel like
You did it.
I chalked that one off.
Do it again next year.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty sweet.
That was really fun.
Mario Land was
Mario's
new.
cool.
That freaking was super. It was like nostalgic. It was probably my favorite overall vibe of a place that I've seen.
Yeah.
They had everything.
Oh my gosh.
Bowser's Castle, like everything.
Oh,
like
that
as
was
a kid, it was a
so
bit
cool.
nostalgic. Like the whole Mario Land was
The
amazing.
setups were really, really cool.
Yeah. And then Harry
we went
Potter.
into Harry Potter. That's what I was
that
just going to
was
say.
that whole
The
area
line
was rad.
to walk in was so cool.
But dude, what also was cool was because we were with them at Disney or whatever, they get so many fast passes with the club membership. We didn't wait
Yeah.
we got onto every ride right away. There's less
Yeah.
people, and Universal Studios was pretty packed.
It was packed.
It was pretty busy, but way less busy than probably during the day. And he got the fast passes for that too.
Yeah.
So even the longest line we waited in was Harry Potter, and it was like 15 minutes, and we got right in.
I would say
During the ride, I was like, if this ride goes another 4 or 5 minutes,
I'm gonna vomit.
I'm gonna yak.
yeah. It's a lot.
But it was rad. It was seriously the
I was
whole
gonna say
setup
that,
and how
though.
they did the lighting on the castle for
yeah.
the scary night or whatever, and what they
Yeah.
would put on it was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. I was going to say, though, about doing HHN
Yeah.
at Universal is I would not go without it being like an express pass.
Yeah.
Because
spend
those
the extra
lines
however
were
much money it is, buy it.
crazy. You would have not got into everything. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
There's no
if
way.
you're a local and you're
And
a
it went
teenager
to,
or
like,
something and went
2:00 in the morning. But even then, we got
Yeah.
in right at the beginning. We didn't really stop. We kept going. You would for sure like have to plan it out.
Yeah.
We didn't tell them about. You'd have to plan it out and chart it out and like make it. It would be a serious feat to do that. But if you just want to go and enjoy, then yeah. But guys, something happened.
I take pride just before you get into
I
this.
am so proud of you for this.
I take pride in not eating too many hot dogs.
Oh,
I take pride in not.
that's
I don't,
not what I'm proud of you for.
I no longer. I cannot eat a Costco hot dog. The burps are too much for me afterwards.
They are intense. They'll
You
get
taste
you.
it all day long.
They will get
So
you.
I purposely avoid it, and just the hot dogs in general. I'm like, ugh, whatever's processed in there. But I bought was it 22-inch hot dog?
Yes.
It fed us all. Let's just say that. It was a big hot dog. It cost me $30 this damn hot dog. And honestly, I kind of did it just because I thought it would be
For the
funny,
plot.
and I was hungry.
It was there for the plot.
But I was like,
sure.
dude, they have a $30 chili dog. Like what? Okay, I ordered
video
it.
of you pulling it out of the window, and it just keeps coming, and you just are like, "What?"
Yeah, it's massive.
so
it was
good.
freaking huge.
It was so good.
We cut it up and ate the
Fed
whole
all
thing.
4 of us.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad.
That was dinner for the
Chili
night.
dog.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Did we? Oh no, we had no.
Some
it
other
wasn't.
snacks,
Yeah,
but
it was pretty funny.
that was pretty funny. But where I felt like a lame-o. Listen,
did you do?
I can go hard, okay?
Oh.
But once it hits a certain time of night,
So Oogie Boogie went till midnight, right?
yeah, I think we made it back to our hotel like shortly after midnight.
12:30 ish,
Yeah.
and then we wake up. We go to HHN.
We drove to LA. We took an Uber.
HN.
Actually, we hung out in California Adventure all day.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
And Disney, whatever it's called. Downtown Disney.
Downtown Disney.
Got food, hung out, saw a bunch of stuff.
At California, you guys, if you are there during Halloween, hold on. You need to go into the Grand California, right? That's the hotel that's attached.
Oh, yeah. They
cake. Have this cake. It's amazing. I'll show a picture of that too. But it looks like one of those cooking shows cakes, but like
10 times.
That you had time to actually finish it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The whole set was made out of cake. It was wild.
Amazing. And they do a different one each year. It was so cool. But
Yeah,
anyway, so we went downtown and were able to look and do all that stuff too.
I was able to talk him into getting us a 2:00 checkout. We were still late getting the 2:00 checkout, which they never give those, but we got it. Ubered over to LA. We stayed in a cool Hyatt property that was like a redone older building.
Yeah, it was fun.
You could see the Hollywood sign outside our window.
And what else could you see outside our window?
The Church of Scientology.
Sure did.
We almost went over and gave them a visit.
Anyway.
And we saw I can't figure it's not Boardwalk, is it? What's that
The Star Walk,
whatever it's called.
Walk of Hollywood Stars, whatever. Anyway, we saw a couple cool people. Michael Jackson's. Anyway,
some really nice cars. And then where they do is it the Grammy or Emmy Awards?
Yeah, the Adobe building. Right?
No, not Adobe.
Not Adobe. Dobie.
Dobie.
With a D, starting with a D.
Whatever the sound.
I think that's it. But honestly, walking into there,
it looks like a mall.
Yeah,
it's like
and so
mall.
It made like stars and famous people seem like total humanized.
Look lame, dude.
No, it just
they just put red carpet over stairs and fancy it up.
Yeah,
you can decorate anything.
Fancy it up, dirt.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Anyway, so we did all that, but so we got there. We went to HHN that night. We were there by 6:00.
Yeah,
and then it closed at 2, so we were doing that till 2.
Yeah,
but we stopped. The last thing we did, it was probably 1:30. They had a final show, purge show. So we sat down. We were waiting for it to start.
Was it a purge show?
Yeah. See, he doesn't even remember.
Oh, dude.
Homie.
It was 1:00 in the morning.
I look over.
What time did you say it was? Did you say
1:00, which is 2:00 our time in Utah.
We had gone all day. I got up early and worked out before we even left and got on the flight that morning.
No.
So I had been awake 18 hours and then another 18 hours of go.
Yeah.
So we sat down in some bleachers. There's freaking blowtorches and fire and
water,
jet skis and fake gunshots or whatever, everything.
We're waiting for the show and I look over.
Or at least jet skis.
And Hayden is slumped, head down, and it keeps getting further and further closer to his lap. I recorded it. You're welcome.
I fell asleep. I slept through 25 minutes of a 30-minute show. And I'm like, guys, I'm really sorry. I promise I'm having fun. I felt bad.
It was so funny. You need to not feel bad. It's just real life. It's funny. It's all a part of the whole experience.
And then what did you get to do? We thought we were going to be able to get 4 tickets to Game 6 of the Dodgers-Mets game.
But here's the deal: is that
they cracked down on tickets.
You don't know if they're going to play Game 6. You don't even know. You don't know until the day before if they're going to play that game. So what did I do? I came prepared. I was raised by an Eagle Scout.
You knew.
I knew. I came prepared, and I said, listen, if there is going to be said Game 6, our flight is actually supposed to be out that same day, Sunday. Okay? But if there is a chance that I can go to the Dodgers game, I have not been yet. I've never been to a game, any Dodgers game, let alone, I think I've only been to one other professional baseball game, and that was when I was 17. So anyway, and my cousin.
It was a Dodgers game?
No, it was back east, so I don't even know who it was. But my cousin works for the Dodgers, and so they came back. Yeah, her husband. Anyway, so they came back from New York with the Mets to play more games, and they went, and they were cracking down on tickets, so they were only able to get a couple tickets. But anyway, so I said, am I lame? Can I please stay and go? And so I stayed by myself. I brought all of my good luck gear just in case. And so I stayed with my cousin, stayed an extra day. That's all. And
we all flew home Sunday morning. You stayed.
And I stayed.
Stayed at your cousin's house.
Went to Game 6 with my cousin.
You took your first Uber ride all by yourself.
Oh my gosh.
You've taken Uber rides, but you've never booked your own.
Yeah, that was so weird. That was, guys, it was so weird because I'm like, I am pretty independent and fine. And like, if I was doing it with like, so normally I'll travel, if I'm traveling by myself, like without you or the kids, it'll be like with my sister or something, right? So I'm still with people. I have no problem taking charge and being the one in charge of like doing the things like that. No problem at all. But it was weird because I was by myself.
Yeah.
I was just in charge of me. And like, I think something kicks in, like the motherly, like, you're in charge, you got this, you know?
Yeah.
Like, confidence in that kicks in. I was by myself and I was like, this is kind of freaky. And I dreamt about it and I was worried about it all night. It was so weird. It was so dumb and it was totally fine. But it was, anyway.
You booked your own, when we went other places, I'm the one that always books them.
Yeah.
So you did it, you set it up, you got it done.
I got there.
You went to the game. It was an amazing game.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we freaking won. It was the game that they won to go into the World Series. And what happened at the World Series? They won.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I was able to go because I was with my cousin and we were in like the family area with all of the players and their families, or not with the players, with their families. And extra bonus because they won and clinched to get into the World Series. We got to go on the field.
We have pictures of you on TV.
Are you even serious right now?
You're never going to be able to top that game.
I'm pretty much famous.
Yeah, you are.
My niece, or I call her my niece. So my cousin.
I shouldn't say that, but if as your first Dodgers game, I went in May with Tim, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
just
even
being
going
there was cool.
is so
it's
fun.
So fun. Yeah,
I even I told my cousin because it was
my
first time ever there.
Yeah,
and so I was like, well, I feel like I need to get a Dodger dog.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I'm going to do this.
So you had 3 hot dogs. You had 3 hot dogs that trip.
No, I didn't eat your hot dog at the other show.
Oh, yeah.
You ate that.
I didn't have other food. I was hungry.
Anyway, so it was, my first experience, my cousin has little girls that we're close. Anyway, I call her my niece because we're just...
They're cousins, but they're your niece. Yeah, you're old, they're young. I get it.
Well, no, like my cousin is more like my sister than a cousin. Like we're close. Anyway, so she's like, Jess, how is it that your first? She's like, this is amazing. Your first game ever. You get to go down on the field. Like, are you even kidding me? I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
And I got the Dodger dog, and I was like, what else do I need to get? Like, what else completes this? Like, if I never am able to come back, like, I got to do the thing. So I got dogs and I got nachos in the little cap guy.
Yeah.
Brought the cap back.
You got a baseball?
I got a baseball.
Yeah, she had to make up for a ball that I got Jack a Dodger ball.
Tell me that story because I can't remember.
We had a friend that was working for the Diamondbacks in Arizona. We went and watched the Dodgers play the Diamondbacks years ago.
Okay.
Jack was just little, and he was like a grounds crew guy. He just loved the Dodgers and loved baseball, so he worked on the grounds crew. And I had him get us a ball. I gave it to Jack. Within 5 minutes, he had dropped the ball and it went rolling down. And I felt bad because some guy was like going to make a scene to try to get someone to like find it. It was just we kept asking the people in front of us, and every person that asked, they couldn't see it. It was like skipping down the rows. And I'm like, it's fine, dude. And I let the guy know, and we didn't end up getting another one. And I felt bad. I'm like, I probably should have let him make a scene. This guy was going to start yelling, and I was like, dude, it's fine. Like, it's a baseball, whatever. But I've always kind of felt bad. I'm like, that was Jack's ball. He was like 8 years old, or so. He was little.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, hey, will you bring a ball back for Jack if you can get one?
He told me, he's like, I dare you to get a ball. So because
it's okay. I got to pee so much right now.
No, I got to tell the story. So what had happened was we're down on the field, and then afterwards the wives will go in. They'll leave the families and go in and do like a little celebration with the husbands, right? And so I told this other wife, I'm like, hey, she had just little kids, and she's like, I missed it last time. I'm like, well, let me watch your kids while you go. I'm a stranger.
Leave your child with me.
I've been sitting by her the whole
Freddie
game.
Freeman's wife with her. I don't know.
It wasn't.
Did you get close to Shohei Ohtani? Was he a giant?
Actually, I don't remember being like close to him. I was close to Freddie and Dave.
They're all big guys, but there
was a lot of them, guys.
Massive.
I'm not like a celebrity guru, so I couldn't even tell you their names if I saw them. The only
Anyway, you
reason
were
why I
babysitting
knew
a
them is
kid.
because people kept saying their names that were around me.
You're babysitting a
I'm
kid that got a hold of the
babysitting these
baseball
kids, and
and you
he
took
was
it from
like,
him.
he kept like running around and he'd been trying to play with the other kids that had balls. And so he walks over to a dugout, and there's a guard there at the dugout. And I was like, do you mind if he just like grabs this ball to play with? That was just like right there at the dugout. And he's like, I don't see anything. So the kid gets it and he's playing with it. And I'm like, yes, I'm freaking going to take this ball. And anyway, so he's playing around with it. And then I was like, oh, this kid's actually not going to give up that ball.
Yeah.
Because he's like 3. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not taking it from this 3-year-old.
Yeah.
But then, so happened, he throws the ball, and his mom's like, hey, let's go get a picture with Dave. And I was like, okay, buddy. I was like, he's like looking at it like he wants to go get the ball. I'm like, I'll just go get it for you. So I go and get it for him. And then all of a sudden, they're like gone. They were gone.
You closed your eyes again.
And
like
I kept
you did in the
yeah. I'm like, where did you go? Where did this child go? Oh, guess I don't see him anymore. My ball now.
You did.
No, it's not.
You stole it from a 3-year-old. How do you feel? Sorry, Jack. You have to give that ball back. Your mom stole it from a 3-year-old.
So I brought that home for Jack.
That's
the
nice of
story.
you.
Anyway,
His
it was
dad
the
plays
coolest
for
thing
the
ever.
Dodgers, so he can get in.
No, I think his dad was also a therapist, a
physical
physical therapist. So
Cool.
anyway,
No,
sure
that
he
was
can't get
awesome. I'm
another
glad you were able to do that.
one. Oh, guys,
That was pretty cool.
that was the coolest experience. That was like the best trip. I had so many firsts, so many cool experiences. It was just like check, 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 check. And then I was invested. And so we got serious about the World Series. We watched all the games. I got really intense. We even threw a party one night that they didn't win. It was game 4.
Just decked out the whole
and I was
house.
like, you know what? If they win, did I have all the supplies for the party already? I absolutely did.
So just one night, you were. This is how superstitious you are. This is
I
funny.
am so bad.
She wears llama socks and all the attire. She wears certain attire for every game.
Well, the
Did it start that you had driven by the llama? So there's a place here.
So the
where
story
we live
goes.
where there's llamas.
So the story goes,
You gotta
there's a
make it
Hare
quick because
Krishna
I'm not
temple.
lasted longer.
Okay, there's a
much
Hare
longer.
Krishna temple that's by our house, and for a youth service activity, one time we took the girls that we were with over to go help take care of the llamas one night. Okay,
This
was
story is
2020.
actually pretty funny.
This is 2020. Okay, and which I just remembered. 2020 was the last time that the Dodgers were in the World Series. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was one of the games. Like I think it was even a playoff game, right? So the Dodgers were down. They were sucking so hard. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, still trying to keep up, talking with my cousin, whatever we're talking. And I'm like, I got to go to this activity. I go and I help with the llamas. Okay. So we're helping, we're doing the llama thing. And then all of a sudden, they came back with this like crazy comeback and end up winning and being able to continue on playing in the playoffs. So we were like, oh my gosh. From then on, we're like, oh, it was the llamas, the freaking lucky llamas, right? So then anytime the rest of that season that they would start to suck and we needed a little pick-me-up, I would just drive the 5 minutes over to the llamas, get a little lucky llama juju.
Did you get out of your car or you just drive by him?
Sometimes I'd get out. Sometimes I wouldn't. Like
You would park your car on the
needed.
side of the busy road and look at the llamas?
Yes, I will find you a picture. Absolutely.
You are nuts.
Well, it worked.
So
You're
tell
welcome,
game-
Dodgers.
So it's game 5
So then,
or 6.
So that kept happening.
Game 5.
They ended up winning the World Series 2020. Okay, so we're like, oh my gosh. We call me and my cousins and my sister, right? That we're all more like sisters than just cousins. We call ourselves the She Llama Pack.
Yeah.
Because
group
llamas
text.
are our thing. And so this year, well, I made everybody llama socks. It has Dodgers and llamas.
You made them?
I made them.
Oh, okay.
And I sent them to everybody for Christmas. And then I wear them come game times when we need a little extra pick-me-up. So then there's that. And then I have like a hat and a shirt and a sweatshirt, right? All have their own stories. But anyway, so game 5 this round.
Dodgers are down 5 in like the 5th
5.
inning.
Down 5. The bases are loaded. And then, who was it? Gavin Lux? I don't remember who it was. Anyway, he was up to bat. And he gets out. And I said to Jack, I said, if he gets out, bases are loaded. We're down 5. I'm going to the freaking llamas. Like, we need this.
Yeah. Yankees
gets
are
out.
bases loaded.
No, we were bases loaded.
Dodgers are bases
Dodgers are
loaded.
bases loaded.
Yeah.
We had not been able to do anything all game. So I was like, I'm going to the Llamas and let's get these guys home, you know?
So
let's
this is
do
one of the
thing.
mornings. I had been up since like 3:30 or 4 that morning. So I was like in our room just kind of following the score on my phone, like in bed, awake. And Jess bursts into the room and she's like, we're going to see the Llamas.
I'm freaking going to the Llamas.
And I'm like, you are nuts, dude.
He did. He said that.
I'm like, you're crazy.
What had happened? I get in the car and head to the Llamas. I didn't even get to the Llamas yet.
Yeah.
And shiz starts to happen. They scored 5 while I was gone.
But before she even made it back home.
5-minute drive to the Llamas.
Yeah.
They scored 5.
Before she made it back home, it was a tie game.
Yeah. You're welcome, Dodgers.
Dude, it's freaking funny.
Dodger Nation, I got you.
You did it. Did you get out of your car?
No, because I couldn't see them. It was too dark. They weren't like right by. Normally I can't see them unless they're right by the fence. And it was so dark. I even drove like to the other side where you can sometimes see them a little bit. Yeah. But I couldn't. And all of a sudden I see this text thread that I was on. They're like, these guys are amazing. I'm like, it's working. I don't even know what happened, but it's working. And then I get home and I called you and I was like, what happened? Tell me what happened. And we were tied.
Yeah. So as soon as the game was tied, it was getting to like the 8th or 9th inning, and I was like,
"Okay, I'll come out
in my undies and a t-shirt." And I came out to the living room like, I got to watch the end of this, and they ended up winning by 1 point. It was like 7-8.
Yeah, 2 RBIs,
dude.
Yeah, finished it off with a couple RBIs. Called it a day.
Dodgers. I mean, the Yankees are stacked too with Judge, and they have a really good team, obviously. But the freaking Dodgers, I'm like seeing the bases loaded, and they got Freeman, Ohtani, Mookie. Kike. I'm just like, these guys are freaking stacked. Their team. And Ohtani didn't even have a great World Series overall. But like, they still have to adjust their game.
He got stuff going, but he didn't have
I just saw
his
the
home
stat.
runs.
I saw the stat pop up that he hadn't hit a home run in like 26 at bats, and I'm like, that actually doesn't seem that bad. But for him, the Babe Ruth of baseball right now.
Well, and it was crazy too that Freddie
crushed it, dude. He had a freaking amazing World Series.
And he was saying it's because he got injured. So he had this really bad sprained ankle. He shouldn't have been running. He shouldn't have been doing these things. He was out a minute. I don't know how many games. I couldn't tell you, but because he was out, he was able to focus on the things that he could focus on, and that was hitting. And he's like, honestly, that changed it for me. I was able to focus on my hitting, and he got a home run every game except for, I think, that last one.
He turned a negative into a positive.
Boom, baby.
What we focus on expands.
Boom. Freaking World Series.
Boom. Congratulations, Dodgers. Congratulations,
and
Jessica.
Llamas.
Thank you for your help, Llamas.
I got you.
Thank you for the wonderful vacation, our friends.
If you ever need any extra lucky juju with the Dodgers, hit me up. I'll go to the Llamas.
Okay. Well, I got to go potty now, and we've done over an hour, so are we good?
Woo! Winning.
All right.
Love you. Love you most.